Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm back for another video. Continuing with that last video that I just posted the other day, I will be doing a video today about 5 things that I hate about my 2000 Toyota Celica. Going along with that trend that's all over the internet, all over YouTube these days, where everyone talks about what they don't like about their cars. But hey, why not join in on the fun? So, number 1 on that list is, I would say, the soft or sort of lazy clutch that this car has. It's not lazy per se, but I would say that you can't really feel the bite point too exceptionally well in this car. So you can feel it, definitely. Obviously you have to, otherwise this car would be impossible to drive. But it's not as firm as other cars, I would say. It's pretty, it's there, but it's not super strong. So this car is really easy to learn on. This is how I learned how to drive a manual on. And it's very easy, it's very forgiving. So that's what makes it good. It's sort of a positive in a way for beginners learning, but other than that, it's just sort of soft and you can't exactly tell when it's gonna fully engage. I can't because I've driven it so much, but it's a little bit difficult to know when exactly it's going to engage, when it's going to lock, and your car's gonna be totally in gear. And sometimes that does allow it to rev a little bit when you don't know exactly where it is. So that's number 1. Number 2 would be the cheap interior. So this is a 2000 car. Toyota was definitely trying to save money on this car. That's evident. I'm not going to deny that, of course. So in saving money, the whole interior is plastic. It's plastic everywhere. Plastic on the doors, plastic on the dash, plastic on the controls panels, plastic in the back, plastic everywhere. The whole car's plastic. So that obviously isn't fun. I would prefer a little bit of a nicer interior, you know, like leather and stuff. And you can get leather trims for the seats. And the steering wheel is, I guess, sort of leather wrapped. It doesn't look leather wrapped when you look at the pictures. I've seen one in real life, but they could have done a little better job. The styling, like I said in the last video, the exterior styling, the interior styling is fine. I can't complain about that at all. But the materials they use aren't fantastic. There is leather on the door handles right here. There's some fabric on the doors as well. And the shift boot is, just passing a bike path. The shift boot is leather, and I did put my own leather knob as a shift handle. But besides that, it's pretty much plastic everywhere, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, what do you expect, really? But it could always be better, you know? So that's number 2. Number 3 would be no overdrive. There is an overdrive. It is 5-speed, but when you're on the highway going 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, this engine is screaming. So it's going 3,000, 3,500 RPM, and it's pretty loud. And you know, it could always be quieter, you know. So that would be a nice fader night, like a 6th gear here. The GTS has a 6th gear, but the gearing, the ratios are just a little bit smaller, I think. I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty much the same deal. It's pretty loud, and you know, if there was like 6 gears, that'd be really cool. If it was a lot quieter down at 2,000, 1,500 RPM, that'd be excellent. That'd be like, you know, a dream world, but that's probably not gonna happen. Well, obviously it didn't happen. But you know, like in most sports cars, 6 speeds, the engine isn't at 3,500 RPM when you're going 65 on the highway. So that would be something that I would love to see in this car, but I'm not going to get that. I'll let these people cross. So that would be number 3. Sort of going along with that, I would say like 3.5 maybe. Maybe it's its own separate thing. It's just number 4. We'll just say number 4. So number 4 would be the road noise. This thing is pretty loud on the road. So you got the wind noise, you got road noise. It's not that very well insulated, I would say. I mean, like for heat and stuff, yeah, sure, it stays warm. But road noise for sound, it doesn't hide too much of that. It's pretty freaking loud in here when you're going on the highway. So you gotta have the music turned up pretty loud if you don't want to hear any cars going by, if you don't want to hear any wind noise. A lot of wind noise, especially right over here in the corner. right by where the windshield, meets the window, which meets the dash. Right there. This road's horribly bumpy. I apologize. All of them are here where I live. So that is number 4. Number 5. It's not really totally a negative, but it's sort of a negative. It's very relevant for where I just drove. The suspension is extremely stiff in this car, and I understand Toyota was making a sporty suspension feeling car, and I totally am in love with that. I really love how the sporty feel of this car and everything. Once again, the sun is blinding the camera. I apologize. But for potholes, which I just drove over a ton of, it sucks. This car is bumping around. The little cover that covers the hatchback, that thing bumps around and makes a ton of noise. So the suspension being really stiff, this thing has basically no suspension. It bumps like crazy, and you feel it big time, let me tell you. So that would be number 5 on my list of things that I hate. And the last one, number 6, would be seat support. It's nothing huge, nothing too major, but on long drives, I have driven this car pretty far. I've driven to New Hampshire, and I'm in Rhode Island right now, so it's a decent drive. There's no lumbar support, basically, to say the least. There's basically no lumbar support at all. So that sucks. You're driving and your lower back hurts, you gotta get up, walk around a little bit. So that's a little frustrating. There is barely any lower back seat support. There is side support. These seats do have pretty good bolsterings, and I'm a very skinny guy, so my body does have a little bit of room to flop around in the seats. But for a normally built person, I would say, the bolstering's very good. And so when you make these tight turns and stuff, like I said in the last video, because you can't because the steering's so stiff, it's awesome because you're really gripped into these seats, and it really makes for a very sporty feel, which I like, which Toyota did. But the negative aspect is there's basically no lumbar support. And I know I could get like a pillow or something and throw it behind my back and that'd be fine. But built in, I just wish there was a little bit of like an adjustment knob or something for lower lumbar support. And that's something that this car doesn't have. So that'll be, I would say, my number 6. So those are my 6 things that I do not like about my Toyota Celica. So if you guys enjoyed that video, let me know below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you haven't seen my other videos, check those out for sure. And other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here.